Today, we zip over to Benton Harbor, Michigan to the stunning Jack Nicklaus Signature course at Harbor Shores. Our official Golf360 instructor, Bill Abrams, checks in with plenty of golf education. Batavia, Illinois' Tour Edge Golf continues to make great new equipment, thanks in part to Ted. Time to see the Southside's challenging and historic Kankakee Elks Golf Club. Plus, we'll show you plenty of smart and interesting products making their debut in 2020.
Hello, golf aficionados, and welcome to the August edition of Golf360 from the Jack Nicklaus Signature course at Harbor Shores Resort in Benton Harbor, Michigan. This facility revitalized the area just 10 years ago with a one-of-a-kind layout on the beautiful blue shores of Lake Michigan.
When you look at Harbor Shores and Harbor Shores Resort, it's 550 acres. Your typical golf course is 120 acres. So when you're looking at 4 times the amount of land that you have to work with, and there was probably 15 to 20 different routings that Jack initially had come up with, to see what he built today is pretty incredible when you knew it was here before.
It's like 4 different golf courses in one. The first 6 holes, we call them our outward holes. They're just great Nicklaus design holes, and then you go underneath 63 into Gene Clark Park, and those are our dunes holes. The 7th green and the 9th tee, you look right out at Lake Michigan, really challenging holes. Then you go up to 10 through 13, we call them our woodlands holes. It's like northern Michigan, through the trees, the hardwoods, and then we drop down for the river holes, 14 through 18. So you never get bored here because the golf course changes every 4 or 5 holes.
We're here on the 10th hole at Harbor Shores Golf Resort, where Jack Nicklaus made one of the most amazing putts you'll ever see. He was competing against Johnny Miller, Arnold Palmer, and Tom Watson. This putt it's impossible to make, and what does he do? He makes it.
Accommodations are plentiful in the area, with the beautiful full-service Harbor Shores Inn around the corner and the new comfortable cottages right next to the clubhouse overlooking the course.
Right here on site, we have a villa, a 4-bedroom, 4 king-size beds, perfect for that couple's getaway, perfect for the boys' weekend to get away or whatever in between, bachelorette weekend. We've seen them all out here. So this is our first year of having our own villa here on site, and you know, you're right off the first tee, steps away from all of the different amenities. So that's a great resource for us, and we're so excited to have that this year.
If you want to work on your game, the practice facility is just about the best one you will find anywhere.
We'll call it a top 5 practice facility I've ever been to. It's got a very massive tee box. It's got 7 or 8 targets on the range, let alone the ground conditions are always fantastic. The short game area is indicative of what you're gonna see on the golf course. And you know, the practice putting green, I think it brings a lot of characteristic to what you're gonna see when you do go out. You know, we have our learning center. It's equipped with 2 indoor hitting bays. We do have a TrackMan. We use that for a lot of instruction, club fitting.
There's no doubt this is a tremendous facility with a stellar, unique golf course. And being less than 2 hours from downtown Chicago, that's really hard to beat.
We do host quite a few Chicago residents as members here at Harbor Shores, and we have residential opportunities for them as well. But outside of that, you know, we base everything that we do off on the experience. So before, you know, COVID and all the things that we're going through, we did 15-minute tee time intervals. We don't expect to play more than 4-hour pace of play. When you have a property this expansive and play in under 4 hours, it just creates an incredible experience.
I think that's one of the great things about coming here to Harbor Shores is when you leave your round, it's going to be one of the most memorable golf rounds and experiences that you'll ever play. So we do pride ourselves on that.
We strive and really want that first moment you come in at Harbor Shores, you're greeted by someone. You are instantly brought into that Harbor Shores experience. So whether that's just the friendly hello or, you know, sir, where can I take your bag today and what time are you out there? I really try to tie in that guest experience to the Harbor Shores experience and, you know, bring it all together. Make sure you leave this place with a lasting impression.
The Senior PGA Championship has been contested here 4 times since the course opened just 10 short years ago. That's pretty significant to have a major held at a course that is so new.
As a golf professional, being able to play the same place that champions, there's been 4 majors on here. We would have had our 5th this year. The fact that you get to go out and challenge yourself against and watch how they play the golf course in here. But the golf course is just unique. It's pretty wide in the driving area. Like I was telling you a minute ago, it's a 2nd-shot golf course. And then our greens are pretty ungulated. We actually went in and tried to soften a lot of the 4 or 5 of the greens. And I think we're at a very playable state right now.
Our video production team was there in 2009 when Jack was putting his final touches on the dunes holes at Harbor Shores. To see how this design has come along is truly a remarkable accomplishment.
We've got 2 rivers we run through. It's got some spectacular holes on it, and I think that people are really going to enjoy this golf course.
Man, what a must-play track that Golden Bear created. And in 2022, the KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship returns once again to Harbor Shores. Up next, we have an awesome tip, the 2019 Illinois Teacher of the Year, Bill Abrams, and we visit the mastermind behind the amazing new line of clubs from Tour Edge. So stay tuned.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today.
Do you like Tour Edge? I love Tour Edge. This is seriously high tech.
And they're long, right, Duff?
Built in the USA? Oh, I love that. I need forgiveness.
Did I mention these puppies are long, really long?
You know why I love Tour Edge? It's because I win with it. Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
Decision-making on the edge of the green from tight grass can be a little tricky. I want to give you an extra option here. Here I've got a ball. I've got about 6 to 8 feet of fairway grass between myself and the green and a flag that isn't very far on. A lot of players would go right to the most lofted wedge here. This can create a lot of scenarios that include a thin shot, a chunk, and one of those unmentionables that squirts out to the right. What I'd like to suggest on this shot is putting with a fairway metal or a hybrid. Simply what we're going to do is we're going to set up like a putter. We're going to get close and get that club up on its toe this way. With that, we put the ball back in our stance. We have a Y with our forearms and the club, and then we just swing the Y and allow the ball to roll right onto the cup just like a putt. It'll get just a little bit of loft and a little bit of bounce, but you'll be able to judge your distance better. Mainly, you'll get rid of the heavy shot and the thin shot.
Thank you, Bill, and welcome back to Golf 360 from Harbor Shores Resort. Tour Edge Golf began quite modestly back in 1986 at owner David Glod's garage in the Chicago suburb of Glen Ellen. To say this club manufacturer has come a long way is an understatement.
You know, every year you've got to compete against not other companies in the golf industry, but you got to compete against yourself. Technology keeps improving. Every year you guys keep putting out something new and better. How do you do that?
That's the fun part, Patrick, really, because we have a product, it goes to market. We know by that point kind of where we're at, if you will. And we're always chasing something. And right now our main chase is for MOI, and that's moment of inertia. So with exotics in the 220, that's our highest MOI product by far. So now we've hit that pillar, if you will, right? What are we going to concentrate on next? So this driver's really good on off-center hits. It's really long, low spin, but we actually want to make a lower spin version of this one next because it'll be improved more. So that's the new goal. So that becomes the project kind of for the next one.
In order to compete with other manufacturers, the Tour Edge team has to constantly stay up to date with the latest R&D available. One of the ways they do this comes from their new state-of-the-art swing robot, affectionately named Ted. Only a few of these specially made robots exist in the entire world, and the capabilities far exceed those of a standard Iron Byron type machine.
It's been incredible having that, and I've got some new engineers as well, and some new CAD computers. So with those kind of combinations of things, you can really fine tune a product. We can actually adjust the swing inevitably. In fact, there's software we can plug in where it can copy your swing.
That's amazing.
So that we can design a club just for you. Now, that's a process, and we haven't got to that yet, but we're designing different swings for different types of clubs. And what we think, okay, for instance, you have an A-flex shaft player, senior, so you got to swing way slower. But also, what is his tendencies? Maybe it's a little bit of a fade, generally. So we can actually put a slice swing on this robot and test clubs that will improve or reduce that slice.
Moving on to the flat stick, everyone needs a wingman, and Tour Edge's cool-looking new putter is just that.
What I like about it is a lot of these putters that come out looking like this, they're huge.
Yeah.
And this isn't. This is a very good-looking putter like all the rest of your clubs.
Thanks, yeah. The Wingman, cool name. Really excited about that, and it really depicts what this putter is. So we've taken all this weight, it's actually hollow on the inside. This is a carbon cover on the bottom. So we're saving all the weight in here, and we're redirecting it to the two wings. So super high MOI, but in a small package, like you said. That's kind of a new thing. Usually the high MOI putters are, twice as big as this putter.
One of the good things that have come out of the pandemic has that people are gravitating to the game of golf, with more and more people playing our sport.
It's good to see a lot of new players. I don't know if you noticed, but so many women on the golf course. Way different.
Kids included,
beyond belief, right? And they can't hit a baseball, so they might as well hit a golf ball.
That's a great point.
Yeah, that's great.
We'll talk real quick too about what you offer for all ages. What you've got junior sets, lady sets, everything.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about our business is that we're kind of a three-pronged business, if you will. There's beginning sets, so we have juniors, ladies in 2 price points, men's in 4 price points. And that depends on what's in the set, what's involved. But the juniors we make for all ages, and we have a varsity set we call too, for teens. So that's been quite popular lately. So for the beginner or, somebody that doesn't want to spend $1,000, there's a lot of options with Tour Edge full sets.
Not only is David Glod the founder and president of Tour Edge, but he is also their master club designer. Needless to say, he knows his stuff. Coming up after this short break, we head over to Kankakee Elks, down near my old training camp stomping grounds.
Seven Bridges Golf Club. It only feels like a private club. After your round, drop anchor, enjoy the breeze, and savor the day on the dock. Golf should be rewarding. At Seven Bridges, it is. Reserve your tee time today. Seven Bridges Golf Club. You deserve it.
Let's define proper plane in your golf swing. A lot of confusion happens as people discuss this. Very simply put, once we get ourselves into our braced wide stance, we make our swing back. When our lead elbow points to the ground, that's putting us in proper plane. The club will feel light to you in this position. If we find ourselves in poor plane, notice how my lead elbow is pointing out, the club will feel very, very heavy to you. So again, let's look at it down the line. As I set up in my good posture and brace position, as I swing back, my lead elbow is towards the ground, the club feels light. If I swing back here, the elbow's out and the club feels heavy. This will define what an absolutely great plane is in your golf swing, and it's easy for you to attain.
Terrific insight from our official Golf360 instructor, Bill Abrams, out of Golf Solutions Academy at Balmoral Woods in Crete. Just down the road from Balmoral is a course many of you may not have heard of. Let's check out the Kankakee Elks Club, a historic treasure designed by Chicago native William Langford.
Away from the hustle and bustle, just about an hour south of Chicago, lies this treasure that you've probably never heard of. Kankakee Elks Golf Course came into existence in the Roaring 20s. It's a credit to the past, and today it stands the test of time with one terrific must-play layout.
All the courses in the area are nice. I always came back to play here. That's why I was a member for 36 years before I took over as director of golf. And it's just a course that every day you play, it's a new challenge. You know, different pins, like whole different greens, but different pins.
By and large, Kankakee County, as a lot of Illinois in this part, is pretty flat terrain. And, you know, we don't feel like there was a ton of earth moving that went on when the course was built. We kind of work our way uphill, coming off of the first tee. We reach a peak on number 6, the par 5, as well as on number 16, the par 4. And when you get up on those tees and look out, you can really see there are some pretty significant elevation changes. I think 15, our par 3, has about a plus 12 as far as the slope going up the hill that we add to our yardage and club selection.
The course was designed by Chicago's very own William Langford, who was recently inducted into the Illinois Golf Hall of Fame. He used what the land gave him, but truly his signature was creating one-of-a-kind elevated greens. Right behind me is the 6th green at Kankakee Elks. A perfect example of architect William Langford and his shaper Theodore Moreau's work here back in 1926.
The biggest thing that the person who has not been here, it catches their attention right from the first green. It's the green complexes, mostly all elevated, situations where you never want to short side yourself or go long on the greens. And hopefully you've got a game that allows you to pop the ball up, because that's going to come into play at some time, you know, during your round.
Kankakee Elks has prices that can't be beat for what you are getting in return. Top-notch conditioning, all set over peaceful rolling terrain.
Conditions are perfect this time of year. I mean, in the fall, great time of year to play golf. The greens are in perfect shape this year, and the fairways are perfect. We're having a great year.
This is most definitely a hidden gem that won't beat you up with water hazards all over the place and out of bounds. It is exactly what golf should be, pure fun.
I think the best thing is the value and the quality of golf. I think if you come down here and play it one time, you'll come back many times to enjoy the, you know, Langford design. It's a beautiful course.
The course is phenomenal, speaks for itself. People that haven't played the course really are in awe when they come the first time, and we have a lot of return business. That's the golf course as well as Jim servicing the public, and we're very proud of both aspects.
Shh, don't tell anybody, but I used to sneak out between practices back in the old days of two-a-days and play Kankakee Elks. That place is an absolute blast to play. All right, coming up next after this quick timeout, we're going to take a look at some breakthrough products making an impact in 2020. So stay tuned.
Do you like Tour Edge? I love Tour Edge. This is seriously high tech.
And they're long, right, Duff?
Built in the USA? Oh, I love that. I need forgiveness.
Did I mention these puppies are long, really long?
You know why I love Tour Edge? It's because I win with it. Pound for pound, nothing comes close.
In the peaceful rolling hills of Channahon, Illinois, you will find a majestic layout that will please any golfer. Heritage Bluffs Public Golf Club is a true test of the game in an unspoiled setting showcasing natural landforms rarely experienced in Illinois. Architect Dick Nugent masterfully laid out one of the area's best courses, featuring open prairie-style golf to challenging tree-lined holes. Come see why Heritage Bluffs is one of Chicagoland's highest-rated courses today. Apparel and golf balls, provided by Cut Golf, the official golf ball of Golf360 TV. Their golf balls are premium quality at a tour-level performance and the best damn golf balls under 20 bucks. Check out all their goods at cutgolf.co. Drive up the road a few hours north of Harbor Shores and you'll find the incredible properties of Boyne Golf. As you can see, this unspoiled part of Michigan is pure heaven, with 3 impressive resorts and 10 varied, and magnificent courses.
We are here with Ken Griffin at Bay Harbor Golf Club up here in Michigan. This place is phenomenal. We just got done playing this. I've played a bunch of other courses up here. Give me the rundown of this place just so our viewers can understand what is up here.
So Boyne Golf is all about wide open spaces with plenty of room. So we have 3 resort properties in northern Michigan, right around 10,000 acres combined, but the 3 properties have 10 golf courses. So we're at the gem of the 3 is Bay Harbor. We have Links Quarry, Quarry Preserve, and Preserve Links. So you can play it 3 different ways. Arthur Hills course, but you know, high course standards here, obviously it's the gem of the system, but we maintain these standards across all 10 courses. So our hole date is not a big 1 or 2 and a little 8. We've got 8 great golf courses and they're all within a 35-40 minute drive. So no matter which property you stay at, you've got easy access to all 10 courses.
That's just a sneak peek, as next month we will give you a more in-depth look at all what Boyne has to offer. The game of golf has so many items and products that are fun to try and help you with your enjoyment on the course. Here's our Phyllis Barone with some cool new stuff that can help you enjoy the game just a little bit more.
It's a metal wood style construction, so we're really packing how do we get as much face flex and ball speed out of the design, at the same time really delivering it in a clean, very premium look. We're using a HydroPearl Stealth, which is our black finish on this design. Allows us to make a larger, more forgiving design. It just looks really clean, and we've had a lot of really good feedback on this design. It's really about a performance finish. So it's actually a 2-step process. We do a plating underneath. It's a chrome plating that allows us to get a performance finish for improvements on consistency. It helps shed and dispel water during impact. And then we're applying the black finish over the top, the Stealth finish, that really dials in the wear characteristics, giving it really good wear over time, as well as this very clean premium look.
And this is the PUTTOUT trainer. So it was born about 3 years ago, like we said, and it was basically a PUTTOUT trainer offering you value feedback. So getting away from the battery-operated devices that have been there in the past, not giving you any feedback at all. This was scientifically designed. Although it looks simple, it's really good and effective in giving you feedback on your putting. It's also gamification as well, that I'll get to in a second. But effectively, when you're putting a ball to put out, any putt, it returns good putts. Anything that comes back to you is a good putt. You've made it. Anything it rejects is a bad putt. So it returns good putts, rejects bad putts. So that's effectively, if it goes off the side, it's simulating a lip out. If it goes over the top, you've hit it too hard. Simple as that.
So I understand you have a conforming wedge and a non-conforming. Yes. Tell us about that.
Here you have the big box grooves. You can see those. They're square, they're wider, there's a lot of them. In our conforming groove configuration, they're a little bit narrower. They're a V groove, and there's different corner radius on it that the USGA has. They have a rule that tells you how the grooves need to be made. One thing we do different, even with our conforming wedges, is we add a lot of grooves on the face. We have 22 grooves. Most wedges are 16 to 18. We found that this creates more friction, and we've proven that even our conforming wedge spins about 20% more than our customer.
We have a very interesting aerodynamic story. You see these really small dimples. We call those micro dimples. And then we have another kind of dimple called a dual dimple, which is a dimple within a dimple. The micro dimples, what they do, as the ball passes the apex and the spin and the velocity start to slow down, those micro dimples turn on and give the ball added lift for added carry. And the dual dimple, what that does is right when the ball comes off the face, the ball's at its maximum speed and maximum spin, and those dual dimples help get a higher trajectory, more lift, and get the ball up in the air higher. So both of those aerodynamic stories and technologies working together for more carry.
New AIM W10 smartwatch. It has a slew of features, including front, center, and back. It has an easy-to-use scorecard as well. All I need to do is just simply tap on the score. I'll register not only the score, but the putts. Okay, 2-putt that. Takes all but 5 seconds, and you're right back to golfing. Seamless. Hole overview feature. So this way you can see the shape of the hole, as well as the distance that you stand from the hole. If there are hazards, it'll show right on the screen. And on the final screen, we have an exclusive feature, which is the green undulation feature. Much like a topography on the map, it'll show the slope on the green. So blue would be representative of the low point, and red would be representative of the high point. So it's a great feature, again, exclusive to Golf Buddy.
And this is really our lightweight shoe. You can tell how light it is when you pick it up. Yeah.
It's like nothing on.
Right, so great warm weather shoe when it's hot out. You don't want your feet to get too hot with leather, so nice breathable upper material, super lightweight for long days on the course, and we also have our ultra flight material here, which we use in some of our performance running shoes, so you get that same technology that's just super lightweight, comfortable, and resilient.
I really like all those products, and that Golf Buddy smartwatch is pretty darn cool, showing you how to read the greens. We truly appreciate you watching our August edition of Golf 360 from the one-of-a-kind Jack Nicklaus Signature course at the Harbor Shores Resort in nearby Benton Harbor, Michigan. Please be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and linksvideo.net, and I will see you out on the course.
Seven Bridges Golf Club. It only feels like a private club. After your round, drop anchor, enjoy the breeze, and savor the day on the dock. Golf should be rewarding. At Seven Bridges, it is. Reserve your tee time today. Seven Bridges Golf Club. You deserve it.